a Western, but in the style of Quentin Tarantino with the same type of dialogue. Like that Robert Rodriguez would direct with him.
Yeah.
And put that together. And they could make it in the style of these guys. They just look at Kill Bill, look at Reservoir Dogs. Okay, we kind of know what he's into. Okay. Bam. Yeah. And it's moody, it's dark, there's rain dripping from the ceiling. You're looking at the gun before he shoots the guy. The pupils dilate, the pores. Guy's got a pockmarked face from acne scars. I mean, they can do everything, man. It looks like a real movie. And a movie is a little easier to do than video, I would think, because in a movie you make the background blurry.
It's a little softer, yeah.
That's a weird thing. Like, we like films where that doesn't look real. We like a film where when you're talking, everybody in the background's blurry. I don't want to see everybody in the background crystal clear. Like
I remember
real
the
life.
first time I got a high-def TV, it threw me. I was like, this looks fake.
Everything looks fake.
Yeah, everything was too much in my face. And I think Tarantino still shoots on film.
Yeah.
I think his films are all done on film.
I think the problem with video is it's too good.
Yeah.
It's too good.
Right.
Like soap operas. Like, don't they shoot those on film or on video? They shoot them on video. It's probably cheaper.
I'm sure it's video because the editing is so much easier. When you edit film, you have to convert it and then edit it and then you convert it back again.
Oof.
And so when you like, I've written on TV shows that were film, and first of all, you can't do as many takes in a row because you have to change the reels on the cameras.
Yeah.
So you get in, 2 or 3 takes, and then you got to stop down for 5 minutes and reload.
I'm pretty sure News Radio was film.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, 90%. And I think Fear Factor was not.
Usually multi-camera is when you're in a studio like Everybody Loves Raymond or something like that.
Right.
That's usually shot digitally.
I think they tried to do it digitally, like one episode or something. God, maybe I'm remembering. Maybe it was something else I did. But I remember they were trying to make this transition. But people didn't like the way it looked. There was a video, an advertisement the other day with Tom Cruise and someone else, and they were talking about the settings on your television. That if you have the settings on your television set from the factory incorrectly, it can make these brilliant films look too much like video. Because of whatever funky shit they're doing to make the television look clearer and crisper, which is great in most things, but it's not great when you're watching a film that's been sort of designed to get you to focus on specific things and have the background more blurry.
Right.
Like, I remember the first time I saw one of the Star Wars films, like Return of the Jedi or one of those, and I saw it on a high-resolution big screen TV. I was like, this looks like dog shit.
Yeah.
The background was so fake. It was like so clearly like a painting of a spaceship in the background. It looked so corny. But in the movies, it looked perfect.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was going to shoot my special on film. I actually was talking to Kodak and getting the reels, and it was going to be 3 times more expensive to shoot it on film.
Oof.
But think about like Live at the Sunset Strip, or I mean, it felt like you were in the room. You could smell it and feel it.
It's also a time capsule too, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's something about that where you're like, God, Richard Pryor's like 35 back then. Look at him, look at the crowd, look at the audience. This is wild. What was it like back then?
Yeah.
Imagine being alive back then and sitting in that audience back then. Like, fuck.
Right. Is there any good footage of Lenny Bruce?
There's a lot of black and white stuff.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, there's a lot of unfortunate footage. That was him when he was kind of going crazy at the end of his life. He was just reading from transcripts of his trial.
Yeah.
Did you ever see those?
Yeah, that's bad.
They're weird.
Yeah.
They're weird.
Yeah.
Because people don't know what they're listening to. Like, why am I listening to this? He became obsessed with his trial. Trials. They were putting that guy in jail for doing something we do every night, which is really crazy.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
Yeah. There we go.
From 1965.
I'm happy alone, don't you see? I've convinced you. I don't know, I get so dramatic about it. You're better off alone, man. That's it, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of new suits. I've had the same dumb suit for 10 years. You walk in her closet, you can't even breathe. That's it, I'll get a whole bunch of suits. I'll get a chick that Likes to hang out, man. I'll have no vodka parties. That's modern. Vodka parties, swing it up, ball it up. I got a chick who likes to drink. Boy, my wife sure used to look good standing up against the sink. She's the lowest, though. I really put her down. No, I really miss her. I don't want some sharp chick that can quote Kerouac and walk with poise. I just want to hear my old lady say, get up and fix the sink. It's still making noise. All alone. All alone. Like a near-sighted dog wears the bone.
This isn't probably the best example. That I don't know why you picked that, but the oldest version of him.
I like that fucking suit.
Yeah. That is a sharp suit.
That is, and all that shit.
You know what's great? The Dustin Hoffman film where he plays him.
Yeah.
He did a fucking phenomenal job.
He did.
He did a fucking phenomenal job. Dustin Hoffman nailed it. He nailed it.
It's tough to play a comedian when you're not a comedian. There's something you can't put your finger on about the rhythm of it.
Well, you know they're faking it.
Well, you know who's not bad is, have you seen that show Hacks?
No.
Jean Smart. She's fucking good.
Yeah?
She's a great actress, but she pulls it off.
Well, the lady who did Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Oh, yeah.
She pulled it off.
Yeah.
She pulled it off.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was Joan Rivers it's based on, basically, right?
I don't know.
It seems like it's the same
Seems
time.
a little. I think maybe an influence, but I think it's a pretty unique fictional story of someone who's friends with Lenny Bruce.
Hacks is definitely based on Joan Rivers.
Oh, really?
Because she has a whole QVC line, and it's a lot of the same stuff. But then the woman that plays, she's got like this writer who's like she writes for her and goes on the road with her, played by Lorraine Newman's daughter.
Oh, wow.
I can't remember her name, but she's fucking great.
You know what the best conspiracy theory about Joan Rivers is?
What?
That she was killed because she outed Michelle Obama for being a man.
Oh, God.
Midge Maisel from the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel was inspired by real-life comedian Joan Rivers, sharing similarities in their upbringing, education, and performing at the Gaslight Cafe in New York. She nails it, though.
Yep.
Rachel Brosnahan, is that how you say her name?
Yeah, she's so talented.
She nails it.
I think she's won at least 2 Emmys for that show.
Yeah, she nails it. The first season and the second season are amazing. I trailed off in the third season.
I bailed off in the third season also. You know what it got? It got very shticky. It got very Jewish sounding. Well, it's also almost like a Neil Simon play.
I want to see the struggle and her trying to make it, because it's kind of crazy that this housewife decides to become a comedian and she's actually really talented and kind of wild and crazy. But then once she starts making, I'm bored.
Yeah.